All right, let's talk about something that a lot of men think about but don't always talk about, lasting longer. If you've ever felt that pressure to perform, I want you to know you are definitely not alone. But what if the secret isn't about trying harder or more willpower? What if it's something totally different? Let's get into it.
Yeah, that question, it hits home for a lot of guys, right? This feeling that the clock is ticking, that you're in a race against yourself. That pressure can totally suck the connection right out of the moment and turn it into all about anxiety. But why does this happen? What's really going on in our bodies?
Well, first things first, you gotta know this is incredibly common. We are talking about millions and millions of men all over the world who are quietly dealing with this exact same thing. It's this huge shared experience, but because nobody talks about it, it just makes you feel more isolated.
And here is the absolute core of the problem. That fear, that anxiety about, am I doing this right? It's not just in your head. It triggers a very real, very physical reaction. Your body tenses up, your muscles clench, and suddenly you're in this kind of fight or flight mode. And that tension, that is the biggest thing standing in your way.
So this is the first big shift in thinking. The real enemy here isn't you. It's not some lack of control or a personal flaw. The enemy is physical tension. Once you really get that, everything starts to change because you can stop trying to fight yourself and start using a completely different strategy.
This slide just nails the disconnect, doesn't it? Society gives us this stereotype on the left. The men are simple, just driven by physical release, always ready to go. But the reality for so many guys is so much deeper, so much more complex. It's about emotional closeness, about a slow, meaningful connection. It's not a simple sprint to the finish.
Okay, so if tension is the problem, what's the solution? Logically, it has to be the exact opposite. And that brings us to this powerful and honestly pretty unexpected secret, relaxation.
And I know what you might be thinking. Relaxation? Seriously? It sounds too simple, and it goes against pretty much everything we see in movies and porn about male performance, which is all about being forceful and intense. But the real key to both lasting longer and actually having a deeper experience is learning to let go, not to grip tighter.
Now, let's be super clear about what we mean by relaxation. This isn't about going limp or checking out. It is an active, conscious skill. It's the ability to feel that tension building up and then intentionally release it. When you do that, the energy doesn't just rush to one single point. It starts to circulate through your whole body.
I love this analogy. When you're tense, it's like a wave that's just building and building, getting faster and faster until it has to crash on the shore. But when you're relaxed, that same energy is like a slow rolling wave in the deep ocean. It's sustained, it's powerful. You can ride it instead of being wiped out by it.
So, how do we actually do this in the moment? How do you learn to relax when you're highly aroused? Well, one of the most powerful tools you have, a tool you have with you all the time, is your breath. So let's look at a really simple technique you can start using tonight.
Okay, let's walk through it. Step 1, you're going to inhale slowly through your mouth, almost like you're sipping air through a straw. And as you do, just imagine you're drawing that energy up from your pelvis into your chest. Step 2, just pause for a second at the top. Feel that energy spread out. And then step 3, just let it all go. A full, audible, relaxed sigh. Feel your shoulders drop, your jaw unclench. Now, knowing this breathing technique is one thing, but using it effectively, well, that's where the real magic is. And the biggest mistake people make is all about timing. This is so important. If you wait until you're right there, on the very edge, and then you try to use this breathing to pull back, it's like trying to stop a freight train with your bare hands. It's just too late. The secret isn't being reactive, it's being proactive. So here's how to do it right. Don't wait until you're at a 9 on a scale of 1 to 10. Do start practicing this breathing much earlier, like when you're at a 4 or a 5. And this is critical. Don't only practice it during sex. Do practice it outside the bedroom, just lying down, so your body learns to associate this breath with a deep sense of calm. When you start to practice this, something really fundamental starts to shift inside you. The goal isn't about performance anymore. The whole game changes. It becomes about presence. This quote just sums it up perfectly. That frantic, anxious feeling of racing toward a finish line, it just dissolves. And what replaces it is this feeling of calm, of being totally present and feeling deeply connected to what's happening, right here, right now. And that's really the final thought I want to leave you with. What if we reframe this whole thing? Instead of asking, how can I last longer? What if the better, more powerful question is, how can I be more present? Because when you focus on presence, you might just find that lasting longer becomes a natural, effortless side effect.